Hi, it's Cheryl Stinchcomb here, the creator of Cheryl Web TV and the author of Pinterest Marketing. Hey, I have a question for you today, and I was wondering, how are things going for you when it comes to marketing your business on social media? Now, that might be a loaded question for you, as it would have been for me about a year ago. But are you really getting the results that you want? Are you marketing on the correct social media platforms for your business? Because some work great for others, and some are horrific for certain industries. And, I struggled a year ago when I first got started, and I went through a lot of training. And because of all that training, I was finally able to establish 5 basic steps to really create an effective social media marketing plan. Because if you have a great plan, you can get great results. And I want to be able to share the results with you and be able to share those 5 steps so that hopefully if you are struggling right now like I was a while back, that you'll be able to turn everything around for you and be able to build your business online through social media. So stay tuned for this 15-minute training workshop, and afterwards give me your comments and let me know what you think about the 5 steps. Have a great day. All right, hey there, this is Cheryl Stinchcomb, and today on Cheryl Web TV, I want to talk to you about 5 strategic planning steps to help you write a social media marketing plan. Before you get your message out, and before you start creating all these different social media platforms for your business, especially if you are the business, you want to make sure you have a really well laid out plan and that you have a consistent message that's going to be going out to your customers and your target market. So I want to give you 5 different steps. Number 1, I'm just going to give you a quick overview, and then we're going to break these down one by one. The first one is priorities and goals. Your second is communication plan. Your third is write an action plan. Number 4 is you're going to go out and implement that plan for a certain period of time. And then lastly, obviously you want to be able to measure your results. So let's get started. Number 1 is determine your priority and your goals. So I want you to start with one question. In fact, throughout this entire training, we're going to be talking about question after question of what you need to ask yourself, because that way you have a really clear laid out plan about your business, about your target market, and when you answer all these questions, you'll know exactly the direction you want to head. The first question is, what do you want to accomplish from social media? You have to have a really clear goal. So you're going to know why you're headed in the direction of using social media. Social media to market your business isn't always the answer. So you want to make sure before you head in that direction, what is it you want to accomplish? And will social media actually get you there? Some of the things you might want to achieve is a certain percentage of sales increase over a period of time. Maybe you want to drive more traffic to your website. Maybe you're looking just to build a following and get more fans, or even capture leads so you can actually market to them through email. No matter what it is, you want to make sure you have a really clear goal of overall what you want to achieve. Now, once you have that, we're going to send you over to the next question, which is part of this step 1, and that's, what is the message that you want to spread on social media? What do you want people to say about you? What are those 3 words when they think about you or your brand? What are those 3 words that describe you the most, that you want them to always think of? So here's a few other questions that you really need to walk through and think through. What do you want your audience to repeat about your business? What areas of disappointment, may need to be addressed? Who's your competition? What do you do better than your competitors? And what does your target market want from you? When you're able to answer these questions, it's really going to give you a solid foundation on the direction to head with your marketing plans. So I have actually gone through the 5 steps that I'm teaching you today. And when I first got started in promoting a specific restaurant, I was doing social media for a restaurant here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I really needed to get some more information about them. So I sent out a survey to all their fans that were on Facebook, asking them to complete the survey so I could learn more about them. And I wanted to know who their customer was, what they expected from the brand, and what they liked most about the restaurant and what they liked least about it. And so you can also use a tool. There's a lot of free online tools, but this one, surveymonkey.com, is really, really simple to use. It's going to help you if you have any questions, and if you don't know, you'll be able to clarify your audience's needs, their wants and expectations of your company or the services that you offer. So that was step one. So you're going to have your priorities and your goals written, and then you're going to be able to move on to step two, which is creating a communication plan. So here's something that I need for you to think about when it comes to social media. You cannot take back any message that's been gone out there. I mean, nothing. So once the message is out on social media, you can't take it back. Even if you try and rectify a negative comment, it was still out there for a period of time for the entire world to see. So the reason why I did that survey, and it really might pay off for your own business as well, is that the restaurant was new to Tulsa. And so it was a brand new concept. And as we got the answers back, there were a lot of surprises that we learned. In fact, the story that the restaurant was wanting other people to tell out on social media, was the complete opposite. They weren't getting the message that the restaurant was trying to communicate. So there were a lot of misconceptions that we had to fix as we were moving forward with our marketing strategy for them to make sure that we had really clear communication points and really what we wanted our customers to know about us. So are you prepared with a really clear communication plan about your brand? Well, if you're not, guess what? I got some great questions that you can ask yourself and walk through, and you will have some clarity. The first one is, what do you want your audience to say about your business? If you had to break it down just to 3 words or a main key phrase, what is the one tagline that you want to be known for? You want to make sure you capture that. Second is, how do you educate your customers on who you are? So what are the methods you're going to take to educate them? What messages are important about your business? And I would focus on the ones that are, what are those key points, the big picture that you really want them to know? Second, what do you do better than your competitors? Why should they choose you? And also, how are you going to communicate these messages? Are you going to focus on Facebook and posting? Are you going to also add Pinterest and pictures? Or what about doing promotions, giving away prizes, doing a contest, or even doing some video that really connects with people and tying in, as you're trying to achieve your goals, a lot of other marketing pieces that will go through and help you get your message out to your target audience. So, once everything is defined, you want to make sure that we're able to put everything into writing, which brings us to step 3 of writing an action plan. Now, a well laid out action plan is so needed because it's going to be important for the entire team to know what's happening and when it's going to happen. And it also ensures that you have the time to analyze results. Otherwise you're going to be spinning your wheels, and you possibly could be throwing away money if you aren't sure that you're getting the right results or not. So you just want to make sure that you're on the right path. So make sure that you and your team spend some time thinking about these types of questions when it comes to writing down your action plan. So what social media platforms are going to be best for your industry? I love Pinterest. I think it's great for so many industries. I think it's horrible for others. So make sure that it ties in with who you are and what you're going to market. So make sure you choose the right platform. Second is, how many times will you post or pin or create videos if you're going to be doing YouTube and have your own channel? Who's going to be responsible for social media? So if there is more than one person, they have to be on the same page of what they're posting and be communicating with each other. And then if those people are gone, who's going to cover for them when they're on vacation? And what if this is something you could outsource if you have a small team? That is something you can look at as well. So what are your goals for 30, 60, and 90? All right, so step 1 is to be able to prioritize and come up with your goals. What are your short-term goals versus your long-term goals? You really have to know what those are and write action steps for each of these. So if you're going to write an action step for a 30-day goal, those are going to be certain action steps will be different than your 90 days or what you're going to do to help achieve the long term. How are you going to track your results? How often will you report results to the team? Because you don't want to be doing it every day, but you don't want to wait 6 months down the road to find out you're headed down the wrong path. So you need to be able to choose the right time frame to be able to analyze your results. And then lastly, when will you analyze and make changes to the marketing plan? So after you know the results, you're going to have to establish, is it working or not working? And then if it's not working, obviously you need to make some changes. All right, moving right along to step 4, implementing your plan. So now it's going to be time to put everything into play and be able to get results. So now that you have your goals and you understand your big picture, you want to make sure you fill in the calendar to support any promotions, contests, special occasions, holidays, and be able to create a 6-month game plan and then fill in the little gaps with any other ideas to make sure you're still getting your message out. So how you post really depends on the type of message that you want to send out to your guests. So back to the restaurant example. I was marketing a restaurant that their customers thought was fine dining and thought that they were really expensive. And of course, it didn't really help that the media voted them to be the best fine dining restaurant in town. However, they weren't fine dining, they were upscaled casual, and fine dining wasn't their target market. That was not the main market they were trying to go after. So, however, even though the restaurant had high quality of food, really, which was the same quality of food as a fine dining restaurant, they didn't have the same prices. So in fact, a guest could come into that restaurant, which literally was a $4 million restaurant that was built. It's absolutely gorgeous. They could come in at lunch. They could order a high quality burger, and their burger wasn't any normal burger. It was ground, it had ground beef and sirloin and different types of steak in it and bacon. It was awesome. So a high quality burger, and they could get fries, and they could actually pay the exact same price as a quick service restaurant, which was Five Guys across the street. Now, the community didn't know that. They just thought they were, $45 steaks and very expensive, but that's not at all what they were. They had the great quality food to compete with the fine dining, but that's not who they were. So again, always think about the message that you want to send out, and then build your posts, your pins, blog articles, and your videos around the messages that you really want people to retain and remember. Then number 5 is you want to make sure that you are measuring your results. You want to establish the timelines to analyze your results. And so these results must match the original goals that you set in the beginning. Okay, so you always want to go back to the original goals. This is what we want to get. The results that we're getting, are we on path to reach those or not? So if you're getting pushed, so you're actually on track, that's awesome. Keep on doing what you're doing. And if it's not going to get you there, well, you better go back and change the action plan steps and get started over again with that one step. So just remember, when you're doing social media, it is so easy to get distracted, and it's really, really easy to waste time on the internet. So go in with a really clear path and get it done and get out, so you don't play around and you don't lose your time or spend your time where you shouldn't be spending it. So let's do a quick review. I know these are really simple, but they're really important, all those questions that you need to ask yourself. That way you're able to actually create a good social media marketing plan. So the first one was, you have to have clear priorities and goals. You have to have a well laid out communication plan if you have a team, and not only that, but for yourself. What is the message that you really want people to remember when they hear your name? Step 3 is you need to write an action plan. This action plan are very specific steps and behaviors of what you're going to do to achieve number 1's goals, whether it's in a 30, 60, 90-day plan or a 6-month plan. Step 4 is you want to implement the plan, and then step 5, you always have to measure results. And again, this could just be a circle plan. After you measure results, let's say you actually achieved a goal that you established in step 1. Guess what? Time to write another goal and go through the whole process again. So the process never ends. It's always ongoing. And I wish I could give you a silver bullet for your business and just say, hey, here's a great marketing plan for you. But each business is unique. Each business has different goals. And that's why I gave you so many questions, to be able to walk yourself through and analyze your business and the steps you want to take to be able to market yourself on social media. So, what is that saying out there? You have to go slow to go fast. So just take the time to plan out your marketing so you can really get going fast and get fast results. So one thing I wanted to be able to give you is, I know this process is really simple. There were a lot of questions I gave you, but I wanted to be able to give you a free download. And basically, this is everything we just talked about. It's our 5 steps with all the questions that really helps you to think about these things and think them through so you can really write out the goals and everything you want to do. So at the bottom of the video, there's going to be a template that you can download. It's going to be free, and just take advantage of it to be able to start strategizing your social media marketing plan. And I'd love to hear what you have to say about this video and the 5 steps. So please leave me a comment below the post. I always reply to as many comments as I can, and I will answer any questions personally about these 5 steps. So thank you for your interest in learning the 5 strategic steps in writing a social media marketing plan. I hope it serves you well and that you're going to come back and join me again. If your interest is getting more free leadership and personal development training, then I want you to visit my website, which is CherylStinchcomb.com. Have a really great day, and until next time on Cheryl Web TV, keep developing your talents, live your purpose, and focus on your dreams. Have a really great day. Bye-bye.